Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling page. Today we're going to be playing with lots and lots of collage and building up using scraps and bits and pieces lying around on my desk. So I'm starting off on this page. I'm using this collage sheet from Collage Soup and just tearing it into bits because I just wanted bits of the patterns on it. I really love the colours and pieces from it. So Collage Soup sells ebooks and it has some free printables on there too, and quite often they have really sort of colorful patterned pages. So obviously you can just glue the whole pattern page in, but I quite like tearing it up into bits just to get a little bit more texture. And on this page in particular I wanted more of that black and white stripe on it, which I've kind of highlighted. And then going in, these are the layer cakes from Dilutions. I think this is when I first, well, the other page is done with them. I think I was still playing with them and finding all the colours because they look relatively clean in the tin. So they're a bit like the Inktense blocks. They're permanent colour when they're dry, but they're water soluble. Lots of fun to play with. And then you've got the crayon version down the bottom as well. I just really like that even though they're translucent, you actually get a really bright colour. So that's standing up with the printing that you can sort of see on the page, which is great. So I'm just going in and filling in the gaps because, you know, I'm watching TV in the background and it's fun and it's really easy and you've come up with your own little collage page really quickly. I'm just trimming off the excess there, and then I'm coming in with some stamps over the top. So this is I think I think it's an old Carabelle Studio ones, which unfortunately is no longer a business. But any sort of mark making stamps that go in the background. I think the one I'm using now is a Tim Holtz ink splotty one. And this sort of helps bring the black and white into the coloured sections, well, the black, sorry, not the black and white. It brings the black into the coloured sections. Now I'm going in and gluing in a face. So I think this is from the collaboration with Claire Stead, Art Journal Love, sorry. Always get that mixed up. And I really liked this face in it, but I wanted to add some bits and pieces to it. At this stage, I sort of, what piece do I want? I had a whole heap that I was going through, sort of doing a little bit of auditioning. However, I wanted to add some colour to it, so I went into another page and grabbed some bright lips. I'm flicking through my book to find some eyes. This is one of my favourite things to do with particularly magazines, is changing so the eyes and making those really pop. And you can sort of see they just fit in beautifully. Then I'm going through all my collage scraps to find as many flowers and butterflies and bits and pieces that I have floating around to create almost like a flower crown. I've also got some hearts going in because I do love a good heart, and it makes a really great decorative piece to add into sort of this floral hair crown that I've got. They also make fantastic cheeks. So lots and lots of fussy cutting doing this piece, and it really is just, you know, what I've got sitting around. If you don't have them in like a book like Collage Soup books, you can get free printables online. You can use AI to generate some images. I probably shouldn't be saying that. You can also use magazines like National Geographic's. Gardening magazines have got beautiful pictures of flowers, especially spring ones, that you can go mad on and cut out all the flowers, and they're going to be really brightly coloured too. So, you know, look for whatever you've got floating around to help style your page. When I finish that, then I'm going in and I'm adding some additional colour. So just because you have used a collage piece doesn't mean that you can't continue to add your own flair to it. I do love a good neon, and I know that neon colour is going to stand up really nicely against the background. So, you know, add your own marks onto it, make it your own. I then decided I was going to offset my face just a little bit, so it's not going to be square in the middle like I thought it was going to be. And again, there's no rules to this. If you know, want to cut that face in half and have only half of that face on, you can always use the other half somewhere else. Those little bits of flowers that I cut off ended up on another one of my pages one day. So nothing gets wasted, which is what I really love about collage. Once I finish doing that, I'm then going in and adding lots of black lines around it. I do that for two reasons. One is because I really like the effect of it. It really helps push out the shape and see what I've collaged onto the page. But the other reason is any sort of printed materials, you're never going to get a true black color. So this just sort of gives that last little bit of contrast and shadow to your pieces and just helps make it really pop off the page. And again, there's no rights or wrongs. You can add in as many details as you want. So a little bit of extra hair, you can add in eyelashes. The choice is yours. To finish this off, I decided I wanted to have quite a big quote on this. Again, I'm never 100% sure what my quote's going to be. A lot of people ask, you know, what quotes or how do I decide on what quotes? Usually it is either what I'm feeling, or I've got a bit of a keyword floating around my head. So if it was another day, I might have just looked up butterflies or flower crowns. On this day, I'd actually had to force myself to go into my studio because I haven't been in there for a while. So this was to remind me just to make time for me. And, you know, writing it big across my page and having to actually outline it and look at it and finish it off. You know, the more you work on it, the more that quote is kind of burned into your eyes and into your brain to go, oh, actually, this is kind of important. I really do need to start making time for myself. And it gives me that time to sort of focus on, well, can you make plans? When's the next time you're going to be doing this? Because you are actually enjoying what you're doing. So, yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to what goes on my pages or where the quotes come from. Then I'm going in with the neon green gel pen, just to add a little bit of extra detail to it. Because there's so many bright colours on this page, it helps just those plain white letters pop out from the background a little bit. So that's the finished page. Oh, and just a little bit of colour in her eyes, because why not? So here is the finished piece. You can see how outlining those collage pieces really makes such a difference. You can see that green on the letters as well, just to help them pop out a bit. So I hope you have fun with collage papers. No matter where you find them, you're always going to find them somewhere, and just have a go at slapping it all together and see what craziness you can come up with too. Until next time, bye for now.